guys, it's Cheyenne and I am back with another video. In this video, I wanted to discuss in my spirituality series the amazing encounters and miracles that I have had. This might be a two-part series if I can't cover all of them, but I really hope you guys enjoy this. I made a video on why I left religion, especially Christianity. But that being said, I really wanted to discuss why I still believe in a higher power and why I still connect myself with a higher power. So the first part of this is really just discussing just the beauty of everything, the beauty of nature and how complex our world is and how complex, atoms are, even like small things like that. If you look inside of an atom, you can see there's like a whole world within there, and we are built up of tons of those. And then you look at how complex our whole bodies are, and then you see that the world is so complex, yet the world is so small in comparison to everything else. We have such a vast galaxy and universe, and the world is just a tiny pin drop. Excuse the background noise, that's my cat. And then even tinier than that is us. And that right there is just so beautiful. I believe there has to be something out there that created this all. There has to be a reason. Knock it off. Anyways, for us being here and existing. And that's my personal view. On top of that, I have had many encounters that I have seen and personally encountered with miracles happening, that there can't be a coincidence. So let's get started. I want to say I have had a wild, crazy past, and there have been countless times that I could have been killed and I have been saved. And some dark stories in there too. So first miracle I encountered where I could have been killed but my life was spared was when I was driving. I was 19 years old driving along a windy road early in the morning. The ground was still wet, and I'm driving too fast, and I was actually praying aloud. I've always felt connected to my higher power. This time I was a Christian during this period, so I was praying, but I was still praying to God. So I was praying aloud, and as I go around the turn, as I'm praying aloud, my car sped, and I lost control of my car, and it sped across, and this windy road actually led down a huge, steep mountain that leads into a lake. You can even look it up. It's called Lake Melones, and I would have been killed. So my car, I lose whole control of the car. It spins around and just stops, literally 2 feet shy from the edge of this cliff. I could have very well died. I would have died if my car had not stopped 2 feet away from this cliff that led into a lake. And that was very shocking and traumatic for me. But my life was spared. And then going forward, these stories aren't pleasant. I'm going to warn you. These really aren't pleasant. I had a rough past. And so I was at a bar a few years ago, and this was back in my party days, my wilder days. I'm no longer part of that lifestyle, and I'll make a video of how I left that lifestyle a different day. But anyway, so I was there, and I got roofied, and that was very, very scary for me. I get shaky just thinking about it. So I was at the bar, and I had 1 beer, and I wasn't even halfway through with it when I started blacking out. And I knew something was wrong because I actually had, back in those days, a very, very high alcohol tolerance. And I remember just feeling like, oh, I can't do this. I have to go home. So something was wrong. Like half a beer down, and I am blacking out. I'm dizzy. Something's wrong. I walk home. A miracle that I got home safely, and I just pass out. The next morning, I kind of knew. I Googled the symptoms of being roofied. And then my friend said that she was kind of my friend. I didn't really know her, but anyways, she said that she had been roofied that very night also. And they looked at the security cameras, and apparently they found 2 men who were spiking women's drinks. And I happened to be one of the women who drank after they had spiked it. They must have done it when my back was turned. This is a lesson for you ladies and men. Never leave your drink unattended. Ever. Because I don't know what could have happened if I had stayed, if I hadn't gone home. And it's a miracle that I was able to get home safely. That I lived close enough that I could walk by and these men didn't follow me out to my home because I got home by myself late at night. So then moving forward, I started dating this very, very toxic, abusive individual. I will actually make a whole video about this individual because he was just such a toxic person that he deserves his own video. Anyways, so fast forward, I'm dating this guy and he's psychotic, legitimately psychotic. I've gone to the police about him. I've filed police reports, but I keep getting back together with him. Like I'm still in love with him, whatever you call it. And his abuse was so bad, but like I said, he's in his own other video. He actually said to me, "Hey babe, come with me, help me grab something from the store and we'll go on a little car ride." Well, I agreed, and he had a psychotic breakdown and locked me in his car, and he drove me literally overnight to a new town, and it was a very terrifying experience, and that I don't, it's hard for me to talk about, so that will be in that other video about him, but yeah, I was kidnapped by my ex-boyfriend, and I filed a police report about it, and the cops did nothing. Thankfully, I've not heard from this individual in a good while, and this happened years ago. So anyways, that was a very terrifying encounter for me, and to make it short, he kept me overnight having a psychotic breakdown. I'm just trying to survive everything, and something finally clicks with him after keeping me overnight in his car driving nonstop, that he turns around and brings me back home. Then moving on to another miracle was that my health failed. My health completely failed last year. I was overweight, but that wasn't the only reason my health had failed. I was sick. The doctors thought I had MS, which is a severe disease which damages you neurologically and physically. But it turns out I don't have MS. They diagnosed me with lupus and fibromyalgia and an autoimmune disorder. And my health was just completely gone. I couldn't care for myself. It was awful. It was very hard for me to work. I thought I was going to die. My body would shake and contort. I was sick. I was dizzy. And it was really a miracle from my higher power that I am in good health now. I am 40 pounds down. I work active jobs that I'm good at. I love to work with children. I live on my own and I work 6 days a week, 65 hours, and I'm a very active person. My health improved tremendously. That was from the grace of my higher power. So there are more encounters, but these are the ones that are coming to mind now. And I really want to discuss this video because I don't want people to think that I am opposed to spirituality just because I have walked away from Christianity. That is not the case at all. That is far from the case. In fact, I feel closer to my spiritual higher power now than I ever did before. And I'm still encountering miracles in my life, though I have walked away from Christianity and organized religion. That was one of my fears, is that, if I leave Christianity, my health's going to fail, I'm going to die and go to hell, and, I'm going to be homeless and not be able to care for myself. Well, it is by my higher power's blessing that I am of good health. I have lost 40 pounds. I live on my own. I work. I pay my bills. I have an active job working with children, and I still do cardio. I am able to be healthy. My life, that is a miracle in itself, because a year ago I could not say the same thing. So my higher power is still working in my life, and my higher power has spared my life countless times. So there's more to my story of many miracles, but this is all I'm really comfortable sharing right now. And I hope you guys respect that, and I love you all. And if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and hit like and subscribe, because I'm a new up-and-coming YouTuber, and I have more stories and more inspiration to share with others as I go about my journey. All right? I love you all. Peace out.